Shadow of War gets a few new trailers, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds gets an update, and the iPhone 8 series index has been revealed. We'll get into it in the breakdown. What's going on, people? It's your boy DaRealMastalin and welcome to your daily dose. And as always, before we get started, hit me with those 3 quick things. First one, get Farrell on that like button. Subscribe here for more. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every single time I drop a video. Now let's break it down. First up, we got Shadow of War, and for those of you who are new to this channel, Shadow of War is a game I am very much fully in on. I have all the trailers on the channel as well as the newest ones, which are basically TV spots. They're just commercials that are coming out, and since the game is now just under 30 days from release, they're starting to release the TV spots. So the first one is called Eat It, Jerry. It's basically, it shows like a time lapse of things happening in the real world where an orc is basically just terrorizing a human, and it all stems back to something he did in the game. And Shadow of War's theme is nothing will be forgotten, so it's one of those things where he won't forget that you told him to eat it. And the other one is called Not Today, Brian, and it's basically the same thing, just in reverse. He saved one of his followers, said not today, and so he gets saved at various points throughout his life. And the last one is the Feral Tribe trailer, and that is the second to last tribe that they're gonna show, and it's basically exactly what it sounds like. Feral orcs. They are beast ravaging across the lands. They have no rhyme or reason to how they do. They're very much in tune with their beastly instincts, and this seems like one of those savage tribes. Like, this is one of the tribes you take when you're attacking something because they are so savage. They're very much the fighters of the group, and all the trailers look dope. I'll leave a link down in the description for you to see each and every single one of them. The Eat It, Jerry and Not Today, Brian trailer, those are actually pretty funny. But like I said, I'll leave a link in the description so you can watch it for yourself. Next up, we got PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It gets an update which adds a few things. It adds fog, weather effect to the maps, a new town called Kamashiki, and a semi-auto marksman rifle, the Mini 14. The foggy weather looks pretty dope when you look at it. I haven't seen too much of it. I've only played like 2 matches with it in, and also, oh yeah, they added the Tommy gun to the normal spawn rotation out in the world, which is fantastic. They need to do that for a couple more of the care package weapons so that they can get into the rotation and get more utilized. They also went on talking about vaulting and why it's not in yet. They just basically said it's not directly connected to any particular object. So since there are so many objects in the world, they have to map how the vaulting will work across each object, because they want everything to be vaultable that within reason has that mechanic in it. So I guess I understand it, so it doesn't look janky, but they said hopefully that it should roll out early November to the test servers. Hopefully. They weren't exactly like, yes, this is gonna happen, but that's their plan as of right now, is to roll it out early November to the test servers so we can get it in place and implement it, because I think what they want to do is make sure that vaulting is in place before they roll out the Xbox One version, just because it's one of those things that I think would make the gameplay smoother, especially for console people who are used to things like vaulting and the jumping as it is right now. PC players are used to a lot of those not being able to traverse things. Console players not so much. It's just how the games are designed. More on the console side, it's just the reality of the situation. But I'm excited about vaulting. I'm excited about the changes that they're gonna get. They just need to drop some new maps, like 1 million concurrent players. Big milestone. They're gonna keep selling copies. When the Xbox One version come out, they're gonna keep selling those copies. Problem is, if they don't continue to feed this game with content, it'll die just as quick as it built up, and I don't want that to happen because the game is dope. And I also don't think it's gonna release fully anytime soon. This will probably be a few years before it fully releases, but until then, play, enjoy. Will it eventually come to PlayStation? Probably, but as of right now, they haven't said anything about it. If Microsoft is smart, they'll lock it down. If not, it is what it is. And last up, we got the Apple event that unveiled the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10, or as everyone is calling it, the iPhone X. I don't know. The problem I have with Apple is twofold. One, everything's proprietary, and that's genius on their part, but it limits a lot of what you can or cannot do, and I just don't like that. But also, these things are all ridiculously priced to be 1-year model phones. Like, I've never understood that about cell phones as a whole. I know why, because people are gonna buy them. Like, iPhone are gonna sell like hotcakes. The iPhone 8 and 8 Plus aren't too big of an improvement over the 7, other than the processing speed. The iPhone 10X, whatever you want to call it, that's a fully glass phone, which is hilarious because people dropping their phones and cracking their screens is already a problem. If they just drop their phone as a whole, like, you know how many people have dropped their phone on the screen and just happy that it didn't crack from that, but now you drop your phone at all and it's gonna crack. It's gonna be so many cracked iPhones out here, especially considering they're $1,000. Like, just the 64 gigabyte version is a G, and that's another thing. That is the second reason, is that they don't have expandable storage. There's way too much time where you can just fill up your phone with pictures and music, especially with iTunes being what iTunes is, Apple Music, Apple TV, like those things providing content for you to get. It's quick that 64 goes away. They also have a 256 gig model. It's another $150. If you're already gonna spend a G, you might as well just spend that $1150, get that 256, because at least you'll have space for whatever you try to watch on your new HDR OLED screen, because that is what they're touting it for. The HDR OLED screen, it is very much faster. They have fully versed or fully integrated within to the whole multi-core processor thing, and that is a big step forward for phones. Multi-core processors is a thing going forward, even across the board on any device, so being able to integrate that technology into a phone makes it that much faster. And from the benchmarks, the iPhone is much faster than the Samsung equivalent, which is basically its biggest counterpoint. And so as far as processing speed goes, the iPhone got it, but the problem is that the features that they're introducing, like they're introducing the ability for it to scan your face and unlock your phone, that's already available on some other phones. The whole AR thing, because they're pushing AR gaming a lot, which is weird. I guess they want to get into the gaming space, and this is how they figure they're gonna get in under the radar, so they're pushing AR gaming. But I don't know, I don't think it's gonna catch on. I think, like, some of them look dope, don't get me wrong. Some of the AR games look absolutely fire, especially for like an on-the-go experience. But with things like the Switch being a thing, I don't know how people are gonna adapt to that and already have dedicated gaming platforms. So I don't know, it's one of those things. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't, maybe it'll catch on, maybe it won't. You never know. iPhones are gonna sell because they're iPhones, but at this point in time, like, the lack of Steve is very apparent. If you get an iPhone, let me know. That's all the news I got for today. Y'all let me know in the comment section, like I said, if you're getting an iPhone, or if you've seen the new Shadow of War trailers. Also, what do you think about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds new improvements? Do you think they're enough? Do you think they're coming fast enough? Hit me up on Twitter at DaRealMastalin. Swing by the stream, mixer.com/DaRealMastalin. Mostly streaming Destiny lately, probably doing the raid right now. But brother and bullies, we in the building. Love y'all like some play cousins. Holla at y'all tomorrow, and I'm out.